Hey everybody, JitteryJay here. Welcome to the channel. Hope everybody's having a great day so far. Up next today, we got Kevin Bloody Wilson, The First Six Rows. Wasn't told what to expect with this one, just told it was funny. So we're going to check it out. First thing we're going to do is hit the like and subscribe on the original video. That is the important part, as it shows support everywhere we go. All Kevin's links will be in the description below, as well as a link to the original video, so you can do the same if you wish. That being said, let me turn this on. Catch my breath, because I know I'm going to need it. Let's get into this. Now, there's another one. It was also suggested called Flowers, which I'll be doing tomorrow. We'll see how that one goes too. Anyway, let's get into this and see what he's got for us.
They said I sounded just like Elvis when I was still at school. Each time I sang an Elvis song, I'd make the skillets through. I'd curl on my lips and shake on my hips and strum on my guitar. And as I said the old talent quest, I'd really kick some ass. But it was just a little Boy Scout hall down the street from us.
Great. I am almost having a hard time understanding him, the way he's doing his voice, but I caught it. They said I sound like Elvis. He makes the young girls, he makes Sheila swoon. Let me rewind this a bit. I want to hear that again.
They said I sounded just like Elvis when I was still at school. Each time I sang an Elvis song, I'd make the skillets through. I'd curl on my lips and shake on my hips and strum on my guitar. And as I said the old talent quest, I'd really kick some ass. But it was just a little Boy Scout hall down the street from us. But when I closed my eyes, I'd see the Sydney Opera House. The kids all rolled their push bikes there and paid their 2 and 6. But
I like that. He said it's just a little Boy Scout hall down the road from us. When I close my eyes, I see the Sydney Opera House. Yeah, it's that kind of vision that fuels these artists to keep going, you know, as the thought of getting to that top tier. I like that. I like that bar right there.
Street from us. But when I closed my eyes, I'd see the Sydney Opera House. The kids all rolled their push bikes there and paid their 2 and 6. But they all pissed off right up the back when I stood up to sing.
Okay.
And I thought, how come no cunt sits in the first 6 rows of chairs? They squeaked and stomped and screamed for more, but the first 6 rows are bare. They all asked for concert souvenirs and lockets of me hair. So how come no cunt ever sits in the first 6 rows of chairs?
No one. What? Something about you, no one ever sits in the first six rows for something. Or the first 6 rows of chairs, is what he said. But he said always asking for souvenirs and locks of his hair. Okay. I want to hear that.
The first 6 rows of chairs, they squeaked and stomped and screamed for more, but the first 6 rows are bare. They all asked for concert souvenirs and lockets of me hair. So how come no cunt ever sits in the first 6 rows of chairs?
It's probably because he's spitting all over the first 6 rows. The way he's doing his lyrics. They don't want to spit on. I caught it. It took me a minute, but I caught what he was talking about. He doesn't miss, I tell you. Well, no pun intended.
So I changed my style to Western, Hank Williams and all that. Yes, there is Stetson and Western's where I'm at. I bought myself a satin shirt and sparkling rhinestone suit. And half a dozen frangers just in case I scored some roots. And then I shot through from the city and I stormed the country towns and sang with nasal nuances just to get that western sound. I sang picture shows and fettlers' camps and even shearing sheds. But each time I come on stage to sing, Jesus, stuff me dead. How come no cunt sits in the first 6 rows of chairs. They clap and whistle all me songs, but the first 6 rows are bad. I sweat and save and bare me soul, but still can't understand how come no cunt ever sits in the first 6 rows of chairs.
He tried a different, just thought it was the genre. Tried a different genre. Didn't work.
I can't ever sit in the first 6 rows of chairs. It was fate, I suppose, that changed things. Some might say it's luck, 'cause me tonsils and me adenoids and me sinus start playing up. And I thought, Jesus Christ almighty, how's the bloke supposed to sing? But I sound like Willie Nelson, and the band start pouring in. And I start on my own concert at the Sydney Opera House. The roar of the grease paint, the smell of the crowd, Jesus, it was grouse. 'Cause the audience went crazy, and I'm a star now and I'm rich. So I don't give a fucking rat's ass where the bastards sit, and I don't care if no cunt sits.
Superstar and rich, so you don't care where they sit. I like that. He made it as far as he wanted to.
So I don't give a fucking rat's ass where the bastards sit, and I don't care if no cunt sits in the first 6 rows of chairs. A sold out sign on every show, so I don't really care. 'Cause we sell umbrellas now with me records and cassettes, and I don't care if no cunt sits in the first 6 rows of chairs. No, I don't care if no cunt sits in the first 6 rows of chairs. Special matinees every Saturday, so I don't really care. We sell gumboots and sou'westers with me records and cassettes, and I don't care if no cunt sits in the first 6 rows of chairs. No, I don't care if no cunt sits in the first 6 rows of chairs, 'cause I signed myself a contract with them cunts at CBS. They sell flippers, masks and snorkels, fuck the records and cassettes, and I don't care if no cunt sits in the first 6 rows of chairs. No, I don't.
Am I catching that right? He's selling gum or rain gear with his CDs and cassettes. First it was umbrellas, then it was what was it? Gumshoes and slickers.
'Cause I signed myself a contract with them cunts at CBS. They sell flippers, masks and snorkels, fuck the records.
Flippers, masks, and snorkels.
Snorkels, fuck the records and cassettes, and I don't care if no cunt sits in the first 6 rows of chairs. No, I don't care if no cunt sits in the first 6 rows of chairs. With all this extra merchandising, I'm a millionaire. I've got a Rolls Royce Silver Shadow with the wipers fixed inside, so I don't care if no cunt sits in the first 6 rows of chairs.
This is good. I was listening to that last part. Is that I got a Rolls Royce Shadow with white and something inside. This was funny. I liked this a lot. Like I said, he doesn't miss. He tickles my funny bone every single time, and I love it. It was at the first it was hard to understand it because of what he was doing with his voice, the way he was sort of letting his lips roll at the end, or however he was making that sound. But then I caught on to what he was saying, and it was easier to focus just on that, not the end of the words. Yeah, this was hilarious. Anyway, I would love to hear what you guys thought about this in the comments. Let me know what else I got to check out, and I'll get there as soon as I can. If you're still here and haven't done so yet, please hit the like and subscribe buttons before you go. It goes a long way towards supporting the channel, and it really does help with my algorithm. It's greatly appreciated. That being said, that is just about going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this with me, and I hope to see you on the next one. I love you guys. Peace. Hey guys, make sure to check out one of my other videos right here at JitteryJay.